if anyone's there watching. Been a little while since I've been on. Not been doing much, just getting ill, ill. My knees are getting worse, my back's playing up again, which is also causing me to get neck aches and shoulder aches. Recently been up to the doctors the other day. Problem with doctors you can't get appointments with nowadays. Very difficult to get an appointment. But I do ring them up and I was explaining to them what's going on, and they put me through to 111. And I spoke to someone on 111, and they said, "Oh, I get a doctor to call you back," which they did do. And he said, "Best thing to do is for us to get you a appointment with your GP." And I said, "Well, that's who I phoned up just now," and they put me through to you. And he goes, "Don't worry about it." And he looked on the old system. He goes, "Well, they've got appointments, so I'm going to do you one for today," which was yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So he made me an appointment for, I think it was at 3 o'clock. And I went up there, waited 15 minutes over my time booking, but I did get seen too. And they did, well, the doctor, which was an English doctor, Gavin, whatever his surname was, I don't know. He actually listened to what was going on with me, and he did give me some medication, but I've not started taking them yet. I don't even know what they are. They're still in this racking at the moment. Now, I asked him when they would be done. He said, "Well, probably today," which was Tuesday, but I said, "No, I got there tomorrow, Wednesday." So I went up there and got me meds. And I think one of them is 3 times a day and the other one is 4 times a day. Alright, I've had these before. I've been requesting them again before and I never got them. Yes, I think I found some the other day of these ones. I think they were. Crocodile or something, 30 milligrams. And these ones were the ones I originally got from the hospital. And I ran out of them and I asked for more and they never gave me no more. And these are capsules, these ones. Yeah, capsules. So I've got to be careful because I've got a different capsule one over there as well. But what's these ones? These are to be taken 3 times a day, that one. And there's how many in there? 84 capsules in that one. And I've got 100 in this one. And this one is 4 times a day. Well, 4 to 6 hours. Hang on. One to be taken every 4 to 6 hours. So that's probably like 3 a day, maybe. Right in. So I've not started taking them ones yet, but I will start taking them tomorrow. Because my back is bloody well playing up again. And that's mainly when I'm bending over or kind of like leaning over. Like in the kitchen just now. I was standing up and I was leaning over and my back started twinging. But every time I go to the bathroom, sit down and like bend over, that can hurt. When I bend down to get the cat's dishes, that hurts. Any form of bending over, my back starts hurting again. And I said to the doctor, I said, I don't know why it keeps hurting. Like, I've had 3 x-rays and they reckon that there's nothing to be seen on the x-rays. So they, what's the word? They just said, like, that's it, we're taking off the book. Because we can't see nothing. But I said to him, but one of the doctors did say to me, like, when I had that infection, it could have moved one of the spinal bones over slightly, and that could be causing a pain, or a pinched nerve or something like that, and like, he goes, well, it could be any of them. So why they kind of like took your, well, he don't even know that. But I think he might start putting me back onto the hospital for another appointment for an x-ray. If I don't hear from him, I will ask him to see if he can get me another x-ray, see if that helps. Today, for the first time, well, not first time, but first time in about 3 years, I actually went for me diabetes eye screening. And I'll tell you, when they put that fluid in your eyes, it fucking burns. And I forgot, like, when they put this fluid in your eyes, right, and then like they send you out in a waiting room for 20 minutes, then call you back in. Then they put your head like on this machine thing, and they're like, I say, you can see the green light, yeah, and suddenly great flash. I tell you, like, it was a fucking big flash. I thought I was going to get blinded, and each eye had to have like 5 of these flashes on, right, both eyes. And when I came out, I thought I was bloody half blinded because I couldn't see diddly shit in front of me. Like, I was so kind of like dizzy, and my eyes were all blurred, and God knows what else. But I tell you, it was a bastard place to find, I tell you. I couldn't find it. I was just about going to give up. I even rang them. I went to the Mitcham Hospital and they didn't know where it was. Because the nurse there said that she don't even live around there. She's just like been posted there for the day or something. And then, like, I kept walking around, and like, I did eventually find it. And I walked in, I said, this is a bloody place to find, isn't it? So I wish I didn't turn up now. But I did get seen to, as I say, and like, they done what they needed to do. But I tell you, like, the flashing on each eye was like, it wasn't so bad, it kind of like took you back a bit. It's the fluid they put in, because it did burn your eyes for about 20 seconds. But after I left, like, my vision was so blurred, I couldn't see where I was going. I thought I was going to pass out, I tell you, because I was kind of like nauseous, dizzy. But I managed to get to the bus stop, and where it affected me so much, I couldn't even think what I was thinking. I thought I needed the 280 bus to get home, but it wasn't. I went in the 45, but I got in the 280, and I said, you're going to Streatham Vale? She goes, no. She goes, you want Streatham Vale, you need to go up to like S1 and change from there. So I said, well, I'll stay on here now and I'll get off in a minute. So I stayed on, and I realised I didn't need the fucking 280. I don't even need the S1. I needed the 45 on 152. Now I got off the bus where the 280 stopped, because at that stop, at 152 goes there. And I looked at the timetable, and like barely only just laid out what it said on my phone, 15 minutes. So I thought, sorry, now I've got to wait 15 minutes. I'd already done a little bit of shopping before I went to have my eyes tested, backpacking for the flight, snacks and whatnot, sandwich, bottle of Coke, which I've got in the fridge. But yeah, 15 minutes, and I didn't want to wait 15 minutes, so I looked on the timetable again, and there's a 45, which was due in about 5 minutes. So I decided to go and jump on the 45. Now, the 45 used to be originally the 81, I think it was, until they changed it to the 45. So I wait for the 45 and I'm standing there and it's so fucking hot outside, I tell you, man. You know, I had my like cap on and the sun was beaming down and it's like really affecting my eyes and I was getting really hot. I was getting so like frustrated just waiting for like a 5 minute fucking bus, you know, kind of thing. And like I was feeling dizzy. But I managed to get home and like sit down for a little while and then I decided to have me sandwich and crisp and a drink. But yeah, it's been a bit of a day today. Been waiting for my fucking electric key to come through. Still ain't got that yet. Problem with that is that 2 weeks ago, my SSE key stopped working. It wouldn't charge up at any shop which done electric keys. So I rang up Oval because Oval bought that SSE. And I told him, I said, look, you know, my key's not working. I need a new key. And I need it kind of quick because I ain't got that much credit on there. Oh, yeah, that's all right, you know, give it 4 or 5 days. Because the only thing is bank holiday, so don't count bank holiday. It'd be there Friday or Saturday of last week. It didn't turn up. So Monday I rang up again and told him, look, it's not turned up. I need a key. So he goes, all right, we can send another one out. So well, if I get the first one before the second one, or the second one comes before the first one, it doesn't matter on what key I can use. He goes, no, it doesn't matter what key it is, because you got to put it in your meter to register it anyway. So if 2 keys come, I said, that'd be okay, so I can have a spare one. You know, kind of thing. Goes, yeah. Well, that's supposed to have been here. The second one, that hasn't turned up. So I rang up again today and I go, oh, yeah, but we told you 4 or 5 days. I said, yeah, I know you said 4 or 5 days, but I ordered one last week and that didn't turn up. That's why I had to ring up to get another one ordered. And I said, look, I've got about 10 quid here. I go, well, actually, you got 13. I said, 10, 13, it doesn't matter. I said, it depends on how much electric I use at night time. I said, I'm going to run that electric soon. And I ain't going to be too happy because the key's not turned up. And, you know, I've got food in my freezer, yeah. If my fridge freezer shuts off and starts, like, you know, defrosting itself, not am I going to have water everywhere. All my food is going to defrost. And I said, you know what it is like with the cost of living at the moment. Food ain't cheap. And if I don't eat that food and it gets rotten, I'm going to be asking for some kind of compensation from you because I should have had the first key by now. And it hasn't turned up. So he goes, well, let me check your address. And read out my address. I said, yeah, I said, yeah, let's do my address. All right, Jamie, how's it going, mate? So I said, yeah, that's the right address. I can't understand why I ain't got my electric key yet. I said, well, look, you know, I'm going to give it to tomorrow. And if it ain't there tomorrow, I'll have to ring you up because, like, you're not open weekends, are you? She goes, oh, yeah, we are. I said, well, I didn't know that. I said, why didn't the other guy tell me it was open weekends? Oh, maybe he didn't realise. But, yeah, we're open weekends. So I said, well, if it ain't here tomorrow and I have a little bit of electric left over Saturday, I'll ring you Saturday. Because I don't keep ringing up because it keeps costing me money. Keep calling you, you know, kind of thing. So, she goes, well, you only need to ring up if you've run out electric completely. I said, yeah, but if I run out electric completely, how am I going to get electric on without a key? He goes, well, all you got to do is ring us and we'll send an engineer around and they'll come down and put some emergency credit on for you. So I said, yeah, but how much is emergency credit? She goes, well, we can make anything, you know, couple of quid, 10 quid, 20 quid, 30 quid. Goes, because all you got to do is pay that back off your key once you get your key. So I said, don't you engineers come down, when they come down, don't they carry spare keys? No. Now, what I don't understand with Oval, is a big company, does gas and electric, but they do not have keys in any shops whatsoever. No PayPoint shops, no corner shops, no confectionery shops, what sells food and, all that kind of stuff. Any shop that does electric keys, they don't put, they don't have Oval keys. I said, I was told that, I might be able to get one at the post office. No, we don't do it in the post office. If you want a key, you got to ring us up for us to send it out. So I said, well, what if I decide to go from electric key to direct debit? How much am I going to be paying for direct debit? He goes, well, your direct debit, the cost for your electric will be X amount, right? But would you believe that they would put on a service charge, which would cost more than actually putting on the credit for an electric? He goes, it's like 50p a day for your service charge. I said, well, 50p a day, 7 days, that's over 20 quid in it. I said, hang on, 50, 1, 2, 3, save £4 a week, right? That's like 18 quid. I said, I'd rather use that 18 quid and put on my electric key. Because, I can understand that, but, you're going to go from, from electric key to, contract. There are certain contracts that we do, which you can pull out and pick from. But whatever one that you're going to do, there's still going to be the same service charge. So if I was to put on £30 on my electric key, that £30 will last me maybe 3 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, right? But if I put that on under direct debit, I won't be paying £30, I'll be paying £50. But I'll only still get the same as I would with paying for electric key. I'll be paying more for the service charge, which would be an extra 20 quid, which I can't afford. Because if I could afford it, it'd save me keep going and getting my electric key fixed, sorted out. Well, I do my electric key when I go out and get something to eat or go and do some shopping. I said to her, look, I can't keep going out because I've got bad knees. I've got an appointment with the what was it called? It's not physio. I can't even remember what the fucking department is now. No, I can't remember. But I've got an appointment, I think, with a knee surgeon. It was meant to be September, but they cancelled it and made it August. So they kind of brought it forward a little bit. So, I said to her, I can't keep going in and out. That's why I was thinking about going on to contract or something. But if it's going to cost me an extra £20 a month, I'm not going to. Fuck it. I'd rather walk up the road and suffer with my knee pain and do it that way. Because there's no way I'm going to fucking spend 20 quid on, for nothing. Because it wouldn't be the same meter. They said, it'd be a smart meter. Now, a lot of people said, don't go smart meters. They rip you off. So, no, I said, well, look, I'll think about it, but I'm not going to go just now. If my electric key comes soon, which I hope it fucking well does, then I'll carry on using the electric key. So that way I'm only putting £30 on, and that can last me any time between 2 to 3 weeks. Depends on what I'm running at the moment. If I've got TV, computer, another monitor turned on, fridge, freezer, that's not really burning a lot of electricity. And I said, I'd rather do it that way because then at least I can spread the cost out and know how much I'm paying out each week. But I say I've got an appointment with the surgeon on August to do my knees because my knees have been really fucking painful. Every time I'm sitting down for about 15-20 minutes, my knees will start hurting. I'm actually sitting down, I'm not even doing nothing. And when I go up, I've got to push myself up using the computer table and this. I've got to actually push myself up. So otherwise I can't get up off the chair. So, go away, fuck's sake, cat. Keep moaning all the time. Fed you. So yeah, like, funny enough, there was a guy at the eye screening place today, and it looked like he had a knee operation. I was going to speak to him, but I just couldn't be bothered. Old geezer, really skinny legs, man. I mean, really skinny legs. But yeah, it's not like, 100% guarantee I'm going to have an operation. Like my appointment is to speak to the surgeon to see if I do need an operation on my knees. And if so, would they do them both at the same time, or would they do the worst one first, which is my left one, or would they do the right one? Well, I suppose they'd probably do the left one first, then do the right one maybe a few months later or something. Because once you have an operation on your knee, I don't know if they keep you in for a few days. I have heard that someone's had an operation on the knee and they probably spent a night in the hospital and they've gone back home the next day. So let's say they operate on the left knee and I'm there for a day and a night and come home the next day or evening or whatever, yeah. It's going to be fucking painful for me to walk around because I'm only going to be able to walk around with me right knee, and even my right knee's fucked up. And that gives me a lot of pain. That's why I've got this new medication again for pain killing. So, my medical is so bad at the moment. I'm still getting my headaches as well. So my back's still hurting. So I don't know if they're going to make a new appointment for that. The place I went to today, the eye diabetic screening, said I won't get any information for 3 weeks on that one. She goes, we'll send you one to you, a copy to you, and then one to the doctors. So I don't know why the fucking doctors never seem to get my notes from the hospital. I always have to I can't even fucking say that. I always have to keep taking my medical records up to the doctors for their fucking copy. Yeah, you're right, Jamie. Prices are fucking high, sky high. You know what fucks me off, right? I am on disability benefit in one way. You keep seeing all this fucking bullshit on social media saying, the DWP is going to give you the living costs. Everyone's supposed to be getting. I haven't got it. I never got it this year. And I think the media is giving you wrong information, because I know one of them said you should have had some in 2023, 24. If you hadn't had it in them years, then you'll get it this year. But you got bring a claim for it. And some of them say that that you can get it this year, even though you had it last year and the year. I didn't get it last year, and I think I've not even had it this year. I did get it 3 years ago, but not for the last 2 years. Last year, I don't think I even had it for 24. No, 24 I didn't get it. 23 I don't think I had it. I think 22 I might have had it. I can't remember. But, you know, all the media is like getting all the information bullshit. Oh, now it's supposed to be like, you're meant to be getting £400 put in your account, or another social media saying, oh, you're going to get £200 put into your account. Fucking other bollocks, man. Oh, I'll get it. If I don't, you know. It'd be nice if I did get it, because I'm only just about fucking surviving as it is. But apart from that, all I've been doing is a little bit of gaming time to time, watching a lot of videos. Just watched the 4 Sylvester Stallone movies, the Expendables. Not all today, like over the last few days, I watched all 4 of those. There's supposed to be a 5th one coming out soon. Then you got that new Predator coming out in November. Was it Predator Badlands? It's supposed to have like a female Predator in it this time, which doesn't look like good to be honest. I don't know if I'll watch it or not. I wouldn't go to the cinema to watch it, no way. In the cinema, I was fucking cost you an arm and fucking leg to go and watch them. Apart from that, all I've been doing is watching videos and movies and doing a little bit of gaming and trying to survive each day and suffering with all the fucking pain. I keep getting in my knees and my back and my shoulders and my headaches. In my left hand still playing up, numbness after time. I'm getting pins and needles in my fucking feet as well. No, I don't know. Life fucking sucks, man, I tell you. Anyway, I'm going to go. I just want to do a quick coffee chat, you know, let you know I'm still about. So when I'm on next, I don't know. The Chiz's coming on anyway. And yeah, that's my little moan and groan about my medical situation and my electric key not turning up. And it's been like 2 weeks. As to that, 2. I've not got one of them yet. And I'm still worried about, you know, if I'm going to run out of electricity. Right, anyway, catch you later.